One comment on a podcast just sent an entire industry into a panic. The story racing across the internet right now claims that during a conversation on the Joe Rogan Experience, Elon Musk hinted Tesla was closer than anyone expected to a fully autonomous flying Tesla Robotaxi, the Skycab. And supposedly within hours, eVTOL stocks were moving, and companies that had spent years chasing FAA certification were suddenly pricing in a competitor they never saw coming. A vehicle that drives to you, then lands without anyone touching a single control. But to build it, Tesla would have to clear regulatory and technical hurdles that no company has ever cleared before. For Musk, that has always been the reason to start. The industry, the rumor rattled. But before we get to whether any of that is true, you have to understand the industry this rumor walked into, because that's the only way to grasp why a single offhand comment could rattle it so badly. For years, the electric air taxi race, the eVTOL race, has been framed as a story of inevitability. Flying taxis are coming. The only question is who gets there first. And by 2026, a handful of American companies had staked their entire existence on being that answer. Joby Aviation is the clear leader. In March 2026, it became the first eVTOL company in history to clear Stage 4 of the FAA's 5-stage type certification process. And it flew demonstration flights connecting JFK to Manhattan in under 10 minutes. Its S4 aircraft carries a pilot and 4 passengers, cruises at 200 miles per hour, and covers about 150 miles on a charge. Behind Joby sits Archer Aviation, whose Midnight aircraft has its means of compliance accepted by the FAA and a launch agreement with United Airlines. Beta Technologies is taking a simpler fixed-wing route. And critically, Boeing-backed Wisk is chasing something nobody else is, a fully autonomous, pilotless eVTOL. Hold on to that last detail, because it matters more than any other fact in this video. But here's the part that matters. This has been a brutal industry. Building a flying machine that regulators will trust with human lives is staggeringly expensive, and the money has not been patient. At least 6 manufacturers have gone insolvent since 2023, including the once-celebrated Lilium and Volocopter, companies that raised hundreds of millions and still collapsed before carrying a single paying passenger. Even the survivors have been punished by Wall Street, which stopped rewarding engineering milestones and started demanding proof that real passengers would actually pay to board these things at scale. So this is an industry that is simultaneously closer to success than ever and more financially exposed than ever. Every player is burning cash, racing a certification clock, and watching its stock price swing on sentiment as much as substance, which is exactly the kind of moment when a single rumor about a deep-pocketed newcomer can do real damage. And there is no newcomer more deep-pocketed or more disruptive by reputation than the one the rumor named. What Tesla actually has that nobody else does. And that's the reason this particular rumor stuck instead of evaporating. Here's why it's believable even without proof. If you were going to design a company from scratch to disrupt the eVTOL race, it would look a lot like Tesla. Start with manufacturing. Joby's most ambitious near-term target is around 4 aircraft per month by 2027. Tesla builds well over 1 million vehicles a year. That gap is not a detail. It is the entire argument. Every eVTOL company is wrestling with how to build aircraft at volume, and that is the one problem Tesla has already solved at a scale no aerospace startup can match. An eVTOL maker celebrating its 50th aircraft is operating in a different universe from a company that stamps out a car every 40 seconds. Then there's the autonomy. Tesla has spent the better part of a decade training its camera-based self-driving AI on real roads, using data from millions of privately owned vehicles. The most mature consumer self-driving system in the world wasn't built in a lab. It was built by putting cameras on ordinary cars and letting the world teach it how to drive. No aerospace startup has anything close to that volume of real-world autonomy data, and you cannot simply buy it. It has to be accumulated mile by mile over years. And then there's the network. Tesla already operates a driverless robotaxi service in Texas, running without a safety driver, summoned through an app. The scale is still modest and worth being honest about. Tesla's actual deployment has consistently lagged Musk's promises. He pledged 500 robotaxis in Austin by the end of 2025, and the real registered number came in dramatically lower, while Waymo continues to operate far more vehicles. But the infrastructure exists. The AI is running. The robotaxi concept is already live on public roads, taking real passengers to real destinations with nobody behind the wheel. That's what makes the Skycab rumor different from a startup's pitch deck. Tesla wouldn't be starting from zero. It would be taking a system already in motion and, in theory, pointing it upward. And that single phrase, pointing it upward, is exactly where the story stops being grounded and starts getting embellished. Before we get into what's actually real and what's invented, quick thing. I'm doing a $100 Amazon gift card giveaway to celebrate this channel reaching 1,000 subscribers. No action required to enter. I'll randomly pick a winner once we hit the milestone. If you want to follow the journey or see the winner announcement, feel free to subscribe. Now back to it, because this next part is where the viral videos start crossing a line. The leaks. What's verifiable and what isn't. So now let's separate the real from the invented, because this is where most of the viral videos cross a line they never admit to crossing. The claims circulating online are oddly specific. A secret 2-year program called Skycab, or Cybercab Air. Satellite images showing circular landing pads near Gigafactory, Texas. Tightened security around closed hangars. A SpaceX collaboration on flight-grade batteries. Be clear about this. None of that is confirmed. Those details follow the exact pattern of a manufactured leak, precise enough to sound credible, vague enough to be impossible to check, and attributed to anonymous supplier contacts that never materialize. It's the same recipe used to sell a dozen other Tesla rumors that quietly never came true. What is genuinely worth watching is narrower and more interesting. Tesla and SpaceX are real, vertically integrated companies with real aerospace and battery expertise under one owner, which is a combination no other car company on Earth can claim. Musk has, on multiple occasions over the years, mused publicly about a flying car, usually before pulling back and citing safety and noise. And the broader autonomous aviation lane is real, because Wisk is already pursuing FAA certification for a pilotless eVTOL right now. So a Tesla entry wouldn't be science fiction. It would be entering a category that already has a serious competitor working through the actual paperwork. The wall every flying car hits. Even setting the unverified leaks aside and assuming Tesla wanted to build this tomorrow, there's a reason it still wouldn't happen tomorrow. Here's the engineering reality that the hype always skips, and it's the same wall every eVTOL company is slamming into. Driving is cheap, energetically speaking. Flying is brutal. Keeping a vehicle airborne demands a level of energy density that no current production battery delivers at this weight class without cutting range to the point of uselessness. This is the constraint that has killed flying car dreams for a century, and it hasn't gone away just because the marketing got better. Tesla's potential edge, if it has one, is its 4680 battery program and years of work pushing energy density up and cost down. If Tesla could close the gap between road-grade and flight-grade energy density, it would hold an advantage no eVTOL startup could replicate at scale. But that if is enormous, and nothing about a flight-capable Tesla battery has been confirmed. On the physics alone, a flying Tesla is a much harder problem than a driving one, and anyone telling you it's imminent is skipping the hardest chapter in the entire story. Wait, you're watching this right now but not subscribed to the channel. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button so we can move on with the video. You did? Okay, cool. Now back to the story, because the battery wall isn't even the biggest obstacle standing in the way. The regulatory mountain. And even if the battery problem were solved tomorrow, there's a second wall waiting behind it that's arguably higher than the first. Aviation regulation was written around human pilots. The FAA is building new standards for eVTOLs, but the process is famously slow. Joby spent roughly 8 years getting to where it is now, and it still hasn't carried a paying passenger. And remember, Joby's aircraft has a pilot. A fully autonomous flying vehicle with no pilot and no manual override, which is exactly what Skycab is rumored to be, would face the single highest burden of proof in modern aviation. Wisk is attempting precisely that, and even Boeing's backing hasn't made it fast. It is still years from commercial service. The reason regulators move so carefully is the asymmetry of failure. A routing mistake on the ground means a frustrated passenger and a longer wait. A failure at altitude over a populated city is a categorically different event, the kind that wouldn't just damage one company, but could close the door on autonomous aviation for a generation. Regulators know this, and they will move accordingly no matter whose name is on the aircraft. So even in the absolute best case, a pilotless flying Tesla is not a 2026 or 2027 story. It's a frontier, not a product launch. So here's where it actually stands. There is no confirmed Skycab, and the leaked landing pads and secret program names should be treated as fiction until Tesla says otherwise. But the bigger picture is real. Flying air taxis are no longer a fantasy. An autonomous pilotless aircraft is already in certification, and the one company with the scale, the AI, and the battery program to leapfrog the field is exactly the one people can't stop speculating about.